match out here at US Bank Stadium located in downtown Minneapolis. Today we've got a battle here in the NFC North. It's the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
Okay, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he could...
Off to the races, middle of the field! There it is, touchdown Detroit! Take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground, to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Miles Price. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them in his pseudo-rookie season after that injury cost him last year. The 10th overall pick in our 2024 draft, J.J. McCarthy.
Okay, this is one of those situations where a quarterback has just got to say to himself, poised. Be poised. Yeah, your team just gave up a big blow on the other side, and you don't have to get it all back in one play like they just did. You got to go out there with poise to do your job and go lead your team.
Play action, McCarthy. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Following the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Off play action, it's McCarthy. There's a man, Justin Jefferson. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Vikings are going to have a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Rolling into enemy territory. He's off to the races. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings Vikings finish off their opening drive. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He dodged the tackle. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yeah, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Goff off the play action. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
From the gun, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Give him 24 on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 43. A give to Gibbs. And this is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Lions have a first down.
I love these misdirection runs. You use that defense's speed and aggressiveness against them. It is really, when you put this play in the playbook and you call it, you want to see that defense overreact, and then you cut them in half with the misdirection.
The Vikings bring pressure, and they got him. It's a sack on first down. Let's see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Out of the shotgun. Goff hits him on the out route. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Off play action. Goff hits his running back. And this is going to be 4th down, Brock. He's out of bounds, well shy of what they needed there.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the score remains knotted 7-all.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
At the 21-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with Jones. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's low and bounces short of his man. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by DJ Reed.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it's intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. They go play action with Goff. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's good for a Lions 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
I love the call, Brock, but wrong situation there. The defense closes that sweep out behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
Shotgun snap here to go. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Brought in inside the 20. He's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions parlay the interception into points.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Vikings 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Ty Felton here to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they take a repeat of everything except that final play. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Now pitch to Mason. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They sent with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Zone read. This is Jones. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throw here, 3rd down. Making the call himself. And this one does not go far.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. 1st and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. He stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Running it with David Montgomery. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him 8 on that one, and that is good for a Detroit first down.
First down. An 8-yard pickup.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
On first down, it's gone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Another look for him, Brock. And, hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Finds Isaac Tislaw, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 15. First down, Detroit.
Goff to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. The Lions out in front. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And off the play fake. Here's Goff. Cut out left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing again. It's Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Trying to sneak here, Goff. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line, no gain.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
And all set now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards. They're into the red zone.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Play action here with Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he's going to have him a 1st and goal from the 4 as he goes out.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Goff. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. But that's a situation where you got to know on first down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the first row.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for second and goal. Looking to throw. Gone. And he brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 13-point lead.
Touchdown, Lions.
How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play. Yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
Vikings 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Price. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Play action, McCarthy. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Trying to hit his fullback there. So second down coming up.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That's complete inside the 35. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 1-score game in the first half.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. And decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Motioning Williams left. Goff off the play action. This one to Williams out left side. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45.
It's a
Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from the 43. From the gun, Goff. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 43. Up the gut they go with Gibbs. He's still going at the 30. Down to the 10. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 13-point lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
Vikings 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Felton now to return this. He stopped on the run back of the 27. The Vikings now set to take the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. It's McCarthy. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He's calling his own number again. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Straight ahead they go with Jones. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Jones once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Brought in right side. Jukes his way into space. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Sit tight. More coming your way from US Bank Stadium after this. Man in motion here. On play action now, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
Lions going to the dime look here on 3rd down. 6 DBs out there. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now the Lions calling timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Quick slant, that's Williams. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. And gain 11 on that play. And that is good for Detroit 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Goff on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 42.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
1st down from the 42. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete left side. It's just long. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
All right, they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds left. That means one last play in this half. Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead stays frozen at 14. So entering the locker room, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Dealing with some time constraints, it seems. We'll bypass halftime and get right back to the action. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Price. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out to start this 3rd quarter. That passing game they went to in the 1st half, it's going to need to be firing to start this 2nd half too as they chase this lead. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Staying on the ground with Jones. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. McCarthy looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the 2nd half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 26-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Goff to the air now. This is a heater going deep. Big gain downfield. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
A gain of 68 yards. And the Lions 1st down. 1st and goal, Detroit.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Goff back to throw. And he sails that one over the end zone. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Yeah. Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
On 3rd and goal, Goff. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, there it is. Now he's finally playing more of a role in this advantage, Kate. Or at least now he feels like he's had a bigger hand in the lead. That's his first connection after a couple misses earlier.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Price. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to hold this one away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he ended up time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Running a screen now for Jones. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd and long for him here. That's complete. Here's Jones. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness that's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Now Goff. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
From the gun, Goff. Vikings get there. They're going to win this round. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Vikings in the dime on 3rd down, 6 DBs out there. Goff setting to throw. Continuing to move past the 45. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions make it a 24-point ball game.
Vikings 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Felton now to return this. This makes it up to the 25. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. Escapes the defender. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run the draw with Jones. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down. But where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Now, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. McCarthy to throw it. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Takes it in at the 21. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this 2nd half. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, gone. Completed to his running back. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Goff. To the right, he's got to slow. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Lions have a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. First and 10 from the 43. Now Gibbs. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is gone. Completed over the middle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they wanted to add 3 more there, but silver lining, they aren't exactly hurting for a big lead at this juncture. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Hauled in left side. And he takes it down to the 33. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Addison going to motion over left. Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I understand that, Cole. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
After the sack could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Jones. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Thrown all the way to the end zone here. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Desperation time here. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Shotgun snap here to go. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Goff on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you got to wonder if they're going to be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. McCarthy looking to throw. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
On 3rd and long, it's McCarthy. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
The Vikings into the nickel for this 3rd down play. Throw here, 3rd down. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
The Lions readying for the punt. The Vikings now set to take the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Motioning the tight end left. 1st and 10. It's McCarthy. Puts everything he has under this one. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete. And now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. McCarthy throwing here. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. And they are all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
The 46-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or with big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Receiver in motion going left. Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. McCarthy to throw for it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They give to Montgomery to start the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Again, left side for Gibbs. He's still going at the 30. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that is good for Detroit. 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 34 yards. 1st down, Lions.
So the Lions get the win on the road. And, partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.